Well, mixology is an art, let me say, and who better to teach us the art and craft of mixing drinks than our own liquid muse, the beautiful Natalie Bovis is back.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
And you're
Happy
fast.
Fiestas.
You are fast. She was like careening in here with this stuff.
I mean, really.
When you have
incredible.
sangria, you know, you got to keep it rolling. You got to drink it. We got to get it ready. I mean,
the
it's what,
mix master.
8:45? It's time for drinks.
It's time. It is time. And
Bloody Mary time.
exactly.
Yikes.
We got the pastrami out of the kitchen. We got the drinks back in. I mean, it is. You really are not only the liquid muse, but the quick worker.
Look at all this. It's amazing. All the things you've already put together in moments.
I know.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, you know what? We're off to the races this morning, and why not?
We sure are. Well, you know, before we get to today's drinks, I just want to mention, and I gave my sister as a gift your books, because your books are so
thank you.
excellent. The Bubbly Bride, as we all know, she just got married, and Preggatinis, which is a fabulous book
She's got books.
for non-alcoholic drinkers.
One's
Oh,
non-alcoholic,
very
one's
cool.
full of liquor. So when you're pregnant, you don't want to drink. When you're getting married, you need a few drinks. Trust
And,
me.
and the Preggatini, I always
Been there,
put a-
done that.
I have
I
a
was just at a
subtitle.
wedding this weekend, and it was, yeah.
You have to, for the
You
Bubbly
have to do
Bride.
that, yeah.
But my little subtitle for Preggatinis is "or designated driver."
There you go. Absolutely. And
That's very smart.
And as a matter of fact, a lot of the sangrias I'm talking about today, I'm also talking about non-alcoholic options.
Nice.
Because think about it. I mean,
very good.
Fiestas, it's a big party. I grew up in Santa Fe. You know, back in the 70s, you could, and 80s, you could still go down to Zozobra, put out a picnic blanket,
Wow.
bring some wine or non-alcoholic drinks. And, you know, nowadays, it's just like so crazy and wild. And, you know, but you need to think about non-alcoholic options.
You do.
If you're going to be out celebrating.
But, you know, and Natalie has traveled the world. I mean, you're living in Spain as well, right?
Actually, I
weren't you?
just moved back to Santa Fe. I moved back to
great.
Santa Fe 2
Wow.
weeks ago.
Congratulations.
From Spain. I know. I'm so
Welcome
happy to be
back.
home. I know. And I'm actually I picked up a few shifts at Secreto bartending with my
Okay.
good friend Chris Milligan. Happy birthday, Chris. It's his birthday today. And
Now, you picked up chefs or tips?
no, shifts. I'm bartending.
Chefs.
I'm bartending.
Chefs. I'm thinking, she picked up a bunch of chefs. She's
I was
just
like, well,
got
she's
married. What is she
beautiful.
doing?
I mean, she's a
I'm not
gorgeous
married,
woman.
but you know,
Okay,
chefs,
sure, yeah,
send
there
them
you
my
go,
way.
yeah.
Why not? I'm single. No, I'm just kidding. But no, but we're doing this whole sangria special at Secreto this weekend. So
Okay.
anyone who's in Santa Fe, if you want to stop by Secreto Lounge, we're doing $6 sangrias, and we're
Sangria
doing
is
some really fun
perfect for
things.
this time of year.
Oh, that's
It
good.
is. It is
So,
really
okay,
great.
what's the art of making a good sangria, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic?
Well, you know, one of the things that I like to do, which is really traditional from Spain, is to marinate the fruit in brandy overnight, or brandy de Jerez, the Spanish
that's
one,
smart.
So,
or whatever.
okay.
So you marinate the fruit. Here we have some with apples and pears, kind of a fall harvest sangria. We have some with oranges and nuts and
You
all the
said with
recipes are on-
brandy?
Well, I marinate the fruit in
Okay.
brandy, and then I'm using Sutter Home wines. I really love Sutter Home because it's obviously I'm the spokesperson for Sutter Home.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
this is, you know, full disclosure here, but I love working with them. They're, you know, the #1 wine brand in the country, and they have a whole range of wines. The sweet red here is perfect for sangria because
Okay.
it's already a little bit sweet.
Okay.
It's got a nice fruity flavor going with it,
and then the fruit, and then it ferments the fruit, and it's
Totally,
perfect.
and then you can use this, like they're also doing, there's the non-alcoholic versions, which is free. So if you're doing if you're doing alcohol-free
Fueled sangrias.
you can use the Sutter Home. They have a bubbly Moscato if you want to do sparkling sangria.
And you
but
can
then
do
there's
white
also
or
free,
red.
which is the non-alcoholic version.
That's what I had with you last time.
Yes.
Which we did these. There were martinis with this,
Yes.
and I'll tell you what. If you didn't
it good?
tell me, I wouldn't know. I
Of
would
course
just.
they were good. Why do you think I'm back here? Why do you think they were
Well,
good?
no, you hear the non-alcoholic thing, and you wonder
No.
what it's going to taste. Is it going to taste like? You
It
know?
was so good, and the good thing is you didn't have a hangover after you drank.
Exactly.
It was great.
See, that's
I have
very
to
smart.
say. So you
That's
have a
very
balance.
smart.
So if you're in the mood or you're not in the mood, or you're driving or you're pregnant, whatever, there's something for everyone.
Well, and
that's
something
what I
to
love.
think about with sangria is that there's no wrong answer. So people,
Right.
you know, just get some nice fruits. Here we did a tropical one with sliced pineapple and mango and a white wine. So you can get creative. You can make it really fun. You
Can you
can
make
fit
us
the theme
one?
of your party. Yeah, I know. No, did you actually want to drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, come on, I
get
want
to the
I would just
point.
stand here and chit chat
Cut
for
to
a
the
while.
chase. see her make one of these
But
things.
actually, while you're making it, I also want to mention you are working on a new book. Can you tell us about it?
Oh my goodness. It's so much work. I mean, it sounds like it's really fun to write
a lot
a book.
of work.
But yes, my new book will be out in the spring. Here's one for you to try.
Yes, first way, thank you.
And the new book is kind of a garden to glass concept. It's really taking fresh herbs that you've grown yourselves, homemade ingredients, this type of thing. And so
I love that, especially being in Santa Fe.
I have to turn it in on Friday. I swear
You've got 3 days.
Your
left.
editors
I do not
look after
know.
you.
Yes,
now, what's in this one? What is this one here?
So that's the tropical sangria. So that one has some fresh pineapple, mango. I topped it with the Sutter Home Sauvignon Blanc. Now, if you want to
it's
make,
got some bubbly stuff in it.
yes, I put a little bit of club soda just to put a little bit of.
Okay. Well, see, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what's in this one?
And this one is
Are we
the.
allowed to taste this? Can we taste
course.
this? I mean, what is
Well, of course you can.
Please taste it.
it's late enough.
I'd be so insulted if you didn't.
You have to taste it.
And this
That's delicious.
Thank you.
It's very fresh, refreshing.
Cheers.
Yes.
Yes.
And this one is the Otoño Rojo, which means red autumn. And this one is made with the Sutter Home Sweet Red, which is already, I mentioned, a little bit sweeter already. I've marinated the fruit in brandy. There's some nuts and cloves, homemade syrup. Very easy to make.
yeah.
The recipes are on my website, theliquidmuse.com, as well as casa.com, I believe.
Oh, and you got all your major food groups in there. You got your clothes.
Hey, we got some vitamins.
You got your vitamins. You got
I need one
do you
too.
need? Do you have? Now, does it have to be the sweet wine, or can it be any kind of? You said you could do almost anything.
You can use any kind. Okay, so if you're not using a sweet wine, then you want to add a little bit of sugar. And a sangria,
that's what I love.
Yeah, sugar is always a little.
Exactly. You want to add a little bit of sugar. You want to add a little bit, maybe, of a spirit. For example, that tropical one, I marinated the fruits in rum just to make it a little bit different.
Do you want to try this?
So you can add.
You want to swap for a second?
You have the wine. You have the fresh fruits. You have a little bit of sugar. You have maybe a secondary spirit, which could be a vodka, rum,
a
brandy.
secondary spirit.
Well, that's what I call it.
See, isn't that a secondary spirit?
Secondary spirit. And so you marinate some in rum. Now fruit-wise, are there any rules? I mean, I've always had apples and oranges in my sangria.
That's very traditional. But like you're tasting with the tropical
this is
one,
really good too.
get creative.
No, I like both of them. This is very fresh.
Which one are you drinking?
I am drinking the Alegria Sangria.
Now, when you
this
said-
one has, this is the more fall. This is apples, pears, has some pear
You can see
nectar in
it.
it.
It looks like that. Now, when you marinate, you said this had some pineapple, and
Yes.
do you marinate that as well?
Yeah. Well, so what? Yes, absolutely.
And so all fruits you marinate.
So I put.
Or you
I
can
do.
marinate.
I like to do that.
Okay.
I just think it adds a little bit more depth of flavor. And, gives it a little bit more zing.
And how late do you just do it overnight?
You can
Throw it
do
in
it
the
for at
refrigerator?
least 3 hours. I usually do it
least 3
overnight.
hours. Okay. I
So
think
put
it's
it
the
in,
longer
put it in the
better, probably.
refrigerator and leave it sit overnight.
Exactly. You chop your fruit, you pour in the spirit, the secondary spirit, put it in the fridge overnight, and then when you're ready to serve, you mix in the wine, fill the glass with ice or fill the pitcher with ice. I prefer to put the ice in the glass because if you put it in the pitcher, it'll melt and water down your sangria.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So little serving tip
good.
if you're having a fiesta party, maybe prepare your sangria ahead of time, but then fill the glass with ice and then top it with the sangria as you serve it to your guests.
Yeah, the
That's
sangria
very
is way
smart.
better with ice. And we always, of course, want to remind all of our viewers, if you're not doing the non-alcoholic, you want to make sure you drink responsibly.
Yes.
That's the number one.
Always have a
Always want to say that.
designated
And
driver. Always be
I
careful.
mentioned that she has shaken and stirred around the world. And I don't mean like this, but then again, maybe you have to. I don't know. Tell us about some of your travels.
Well, yes, I've been very fortunate in my job as the Liquid Muse. I've been to all over. I've been in Europe. I've been in Australia. I've been in South America. I've been all different places, studying spirits and wines, being a judge in cocktail competitions, interviewing. I have a podcast show called One for the Road, which is on iTunes. We have a new segment every week. I also have a video show called Inspired Sips with the Liquid Muse, which is on smallscreennetwork.com or on theliquidmuse.com. So yeah, I'm really lucky. I get to do fun things, and now I even get to shake and stir a little bit behind the bar in Santa Fe.
And
so
she
come
ends up
see
in
me at the
all
Crypto.
these travels.
Everybody
she
ends up in
decides to go back to Santa
That's
Fe.
because it's the best place.
Well, home, there's nowhere like home. I love being in Santa Fe, and I'm so excited to be here for Fiestas this year.
Where do we get your books? I want
my
those
books?
books.
Yes,
It's the non-alcoholic book. That's
yeah,
so
with the books,
cool.
you know what? These are at like Borders and Barnes and
really?
Nobles.
That's good for you.
But they're cheaper on Amazon. I always tell people
Amazon's
order
good.
on Amazon. They're probably cheaper.
Can I tell you, when I gave this as a gift, the first thing everybody said is, "Oh, I love the cover. I love the way it's written. I love the colors." I mean, it wasn't just the content of the book; it was your packaging, it was your illustration,
Thank you. With the publisher,
photos. Beautiful.
I have to give the publisher credit for that. But
they're great books.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I'm really excited because the new book the one that's coming out in the spring, I also have contributions from other bartenders around the world and from Santa Fe.
Fun.
So it'll be nice. It'll be a good collaboration of my recipes in there.
So the basic bottom line of all this is there are so many options when you have a sangria. You have so many different choices, but you definitely want to include fruit all the time. What are our main ingredients always?
Okay, you want the fruit, you want a little bit of sugar, maybe marinate the fruit in a secondary spirit, rum, brandy, whatever. Of course, you want the wine. I like Sutter Home for alcohol ones. I like Free for the non-alcoholic.
Okay.
And that's about it.
And some ice.
You need some ice.
And some happy people.
And you need a big smile.
And a football game.
And a football game's not bad. And of course, for more information on today's recipes for drinks, you can go to casa.com. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for having me back, and happy Fiestas.
Happy Fiesta.
Que viva.
Having too much fun in the kitchen, don't you think? Between the pastrami and Natalie's drinks, it's amazing. Before we go any further, I just want to thank all of today's guests and let you know that if there's anything else you want to know from today's show, if you log on to our website at casa.com, you'll get all the scoop, and we have a lot more to come this week right here on New Mexico Style. In
fact, you put those segments on the web.
Oh yeah, the segments are all up there.
You can see all this stuff.
On Facebook, on my host page, on the Facebook page, everywhere. And this week, the New Mexico State Fair is beginning on Friday. We'll tell you everything you need to know for some good family fun. And we'll tell you about what the Association of Commerce and Industry is doing to employ New Mexicans. That's good news. And we've got your entertainment news tomorrow at TMZ. That'll always be good. Love that. TMZ. Well, cheers to everybody. Thank you so much,
Thank
Natalie.
you for having me. Great fun. Nice to meet you.
You come back again?
You eat, you drink. I've got to come back again.
This is the place to be at 8 a.m. Let me tell you.
I think we're going to be the new stalkers every day. Like food,
we're just going to show up.
Be my guest. You make my day
Invited or not,
better.
we're showing up.
See, this is how you start the day. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day, everybody, and cheers one more time.
Cheers, Gaby.
Here.
I think we should try some other ones too.
Yeah, let's have some more. Let's have some more wine.
This is all warm still.
It is. It's nice and hot. I have to taste the pastrami still.
You've got it.
I want to taste the pastrami too. That looks so
It's good.
Is it good? Put it here.
You can cut some. Somebody nibbled.
Yum.
Somebody nibbled on the pastrami.
I didn't do that. Mine was over there.
I'm gonna nibble.
No, this is very good.
I guess we should.
And we had it. It's a little cool now.
Looks really
But it's still good.
All right, I'll go for it.
And it's so big. So like.
No, I went there and honestly, I took it home and I had it for like dinner the next day.
Yeah.
Really?
It was great. No.
Okay, I'm gonna.